I reveal the spiritual law that guarantees your success. A law so simple and yet so powerful that once you accept it, life begins to shift in ways you once believed were impossible. Every person walks through life holding an invisible script written by their thoughts, their words, and their expectations. When this script aligns with divine order, success ceases to be a struggle and becomes a natural result. Life is a game, and you win it by aligning your inner vibration with the good that already belongs to you. The first keynote reveals a truth that many people overlook because they underestimate the power of their own words. Every word you speak carries an instruction, not only to your subconscious mind, but to the unseen forces that organize your life. When you declare something with conviction, you set a pattern into motion. Your words crystallize your beliefs, and your beliefs shape the conditions you encounter. Most people speak carelessly, not realizing that every sentence plants a seed in the soil of their experience. When you say that you are unlucky, overwhelmed, or stuck, you reinforce a pattern that repeats itself. But when you speak with intention and authority, when you say that you are guided, supported, and prepared for success, you send out a command that begins rearranging circumstances in your favor. The universe does not respond to doubt or indecision. It responds to clarity. If your words are scattered, your results will be scattered. If your words are aligned with the future you desire, then that future begins forming even before you see evidence of it. Many people spend more time describing their problems than declaring their solutions. They recount obstacles, setbacks, disappointments, and fears with great emotional energy, not realizing they are breathing life into these conditions. Words with emotional charge become even more powerful, which is why frustration often seems to multiply. But the same principle can be reversed. When you speak about your path with gratitude before the blessing arrives, you ignite a powerful response within the unseen realm. Gratitude spoken in advance acts like a magnet that draws experiences toward you. It is not wishful thinking, it is alignment. When your words match the vibration of what you desire, the law must respond because there is no conflict between your inner and outer worlds. Your words declare the pattern, and the universe simply expresses it outwardly. The spoken word becomes even more potent when it is consistent. A person who speaks powerfully today and doubtfully tomorrow sends mixed signals. The universe mirrors that confusion, but the person who disciplines their speech, choosing only words that affirm direction, growth, and purpose, becomes a creator rather than a reactor. You cannot speak of lack and expect abundance. You cannot speak of fear and expect confidence. You cannot speak of limitation and expect expansion. This truth is not meant to restrict you but to liberate you. Once you understand that your words are the steering wheel of your life, you gain the ability to redirect your journey at any moment. Nothing is fixed until you confirm it through your speech. Even old patterns lose their influence when you decide to speak something new and stand firmly in that declaration. Your word sets the law in motion, and once spoken with certainty, it begins to shape the reality that unfolds before you. The second keynote expands this truth by showing that success is not an external chase, but an internal alignment. Most people pursue success with anxiety, believing they must struggle, push, and force outcomes. But success responds not to pressure, but to resonance. The inner world creates the outer world. When your thoughts are filled with doubt, worry, or fear of failure, you send out a signal that repels the very opportunities you hope to attract. Success unfolds when your inner state becomes a match for the experiences you seek. This is why two people in the same situation can produce entirely different results. One person sees obstacles and becomes discouraged. The other sees possibility and moves with confidence. The difference is not luck. The difference lies in alignment. Alignment means that your expectations match your vision. You cannot expect failure and manifest victory. You cannot expect disappointment and receive fulfillment. Your inner expectations act like magnets, drawing toward you the experiences that resonate with them. When your thoughts dwell on abundance, growth, and progress, you create a mental atmosphere where success can enter naturally. It becomes less about forcing a result and more about allowing what is already aligned with your true nature. Many people are unaware that success is already prepared for them, waiting in potential form. It becomes visible only when your inner conversations and emotional patterns create a space for it to appear. Success becomes effortless when you stop contradicting your own desires. If you desire abundance but constantly think about lack, you create inner conflict. If you want opportunities but expect disappointment, you push away what you seek. The universe responds not to wishes, but to your most dominant vibration. When your thoughts and expectations rise to the frequency of certainty, everything shifts. You begin to attract people who support your vision. You encounter circumstances that align with your growth. Ideas come with clarity instead of confusion. Your mind becomes a channel where solutions flow instead of problems multiplying. Many people believe success is reserved for a chosen few, but the truth is that success becomes inevitable for anyone who aligns their thoughts with their purpose. This alignment is not complicated. It begins with awareness. Notice the stories you tell yourself. Notice the expectations you carry into each day. If they are rooted in fear or limitation, gently replace them with thoughts that reflect the future you desire. Every time you choose faith over doubt, you strengthen the vibration of success. Every time you expect good to unfold, you quicken its manifestation. Alignment is a practice, not an event. It is a consistent choosing, an inner sculpting, a continuous decision to think from expansion rather than contraction. When your inner world becomes aligned, success is no longer distant. It becomes the natural next step. You begin to sense that life is not working against you, but cooperating with your intention. The struggle dissolves because you are no longer divided internally. You have become a clear channel through which your highest potential can flow. You begin to notice synchronicities, opportunities, and insights that seem to appear without effort. But these are not coincidences. They are evidence that you have stepped into the rhythm of your own divine blueprint. Success becomes a state of being long before it becomes a visible result. The first keynote teaches you that your word shapes your world. The second keynote teaches you that your thoughts and expectations determine the kind of world you create. Together, they reveal a powerful truth. You do not succeed by chance, you succeed by law. The person who speaks with intention and thinks with alignment creates a field around themselves that attracts everything required for their elevation. When your words and thoughts work together, success becomes not just possible but inevitable. The third keynote opens a doorway into understanding why faith is far more than a comforting idea. Faith is an energetic force that shapes outcomes long before they become visible. It is like a silent architect working behind the scenes, arranging circumstances, guiding steps, and dissolving obstacles that would otherwise block your progress. Many people misunderstand faith because they associate it with hoping or wishing, but real faith is a firm inner knowing. It is a quiet certainty that what you seek is already prepared for you. When you hold that knowing, you begin to draw the right opportunities into your life with a kind of magnetic pull. Situations unfold in ways you could not have planned. People arrive at the exact moment you need them. Paths that once felt complicated begin to feel surprisingly clear. Faith alters the atmosphere around you, creating conditions that support your rise. Every obstacle you encounter carries two potentials. One is the potential to discourage you if you look at it with fear. The other is the potential to reveal hidden strength if you look at it with faith. Faith keeps your vision bigger than your problem. Without faith, you react to challenges by shrinking. With faith, you respond to challenges with confidence because you know that every experience has a purpose. Faith is not naive optimism, it is spiritual intelligence. It recognizes that there are forces at work beyond what your eyes can see, and that those forces are constantly guiding you toward the best possible outcome. Faith invites you to act boldly even when circumstances seem uncertain. It is that inner whisper that says, "Keep moving, your moment is being arranged." It persuades you to choose belief over fear, hope over worry, and action over hesitation. When you strengthen your faith, you naturally weaken the power of fear. Fear may still appear, but it no longer controls your direction. Faith gives you the courage to step forward when others might freeze. It empowers you to speak life into situations that appear lifeless and look for possibilities in places where others see none. As your faith deepens, you begin to feel a sense of spiritual partnership. You recognize you are not walking your journey alone. Every intuitive thought, unexpected blessing, or sudden clarity becomes evidence that something greater is supporting you. This awareness anchors you, especially in moments when progress seems slow. Faith keeps you aligned with your purpose so that nothing can distract you from your path. It positions you to receive opportunities that match your highest good and clears away obstacles long before you reach them. The fourth keynote teaches that releasing fear-based beliefs is essential to attracting the success you desire. Holding on to limiting beliefs is like trying to run forward while dragging weights behind you. No matter how determined you are, those weights slow your progress. Limiting beliefs rarely appear suddenly. They grow quietly through past experiences, failed attempts, or negative words from others. Over time, they create invisible walls that keep you from seeing possibilities. Many people are not held back by lack of talent or opportunity, but by the stories they tell themselves. These stories convince them they are not ready, not capable, or not worthy of better outcomes. The moment you challenge these beliefs, you begin to remove the inner barriers that once blocked your progress. Every belief you hold influences the actions you take. If you believe success is difficult, your actions will reflect hesitation. If you believe abundance is scarce, you will make decisions from a place of fear. If you believe opportunities are rare, you will overlook the ones that appear. But when you replace limiting beliefs with beliefs that support your growth, your entire reality begins to shift. You start taking bolder steps because you trust your ability to handle what comes. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. Your energy changes, and with it, the way people respond to you changes as well. You become a magnet for experiences that match your new beliefs. All transformation begins within the mind, and releasing fear-based beliefs is the foundation of that transformation. Letting go of limiting beliefs does not mean pretending they never existed. It means recognizing that they no longer serve your life. Beliefs are nothing more than repeated thoughts, and repeated thoughts can be changed. The moment you decide to think differently, you begin rewriting the inner script that shapes your destiny. You can choose to believe you are worthy. You can choose to believe that solutions will appear. You can choose to believe that good things are on their way to you. These choices may feel unfamiliar at first, but they carry tremendous power. The more you affirm them, the more they become part of your inner truth. Once that truth becomes established, your outer world begins to reflect it. Releasing fear-based beliefs also opens the door to clarity. When your mind is free from doubt, you can see your path more clearly. You begin to understand your gifts, recognize your strengths, and identify the steps you need to take. Decisions become easier because you are no longer battling conflicting thoughts. You begin moving with confidence instead of caution. This clarity creates momentum. Momentum creates opportunities. Opportunities create growth. What once felt like a struggle becomes a flow because your inner world is no longer working against you. Together, these keynotes reveal a powerful sequence. Faith draws opportunities toward you, while releasing fear-based beliefs removes the inner blocks that once pushed them away. Faith activates possibilities. Releasing old beliefs makes room for them. This combination elevates your life in remarkable ways. You begin to operate from a place of inner certainty instead of anxiety. You approach challenges with strength instead of worry. You make decisions based on purpose instead of fear. You become someone who is not only ready for success, but aligned with it. Divine timing often feels mysterious because it rarely matches human schedules. People want answers immediately, breakthroughs quickly, and solutions at the exact moment they ask for them. But the truth, hidden within the fifth keynote, is that divine timing is always precise. It is never late, and it is never early. It aligns events, people, and opportunities in a way that supports your highest good, even when you cannot see the full picture. When you trust this timing, you begin to release the pressure you place on yourself. You stop comparing your progress to others. You stop forcing outcomes that are not ready. You begin to understand that delays do not mean denial. They are often a sign that something greater is being arranged behind the scenes. A delay can be protection. A delay can be preparation. A delay can be the universe clearing a path you are meant to walk without unnecessary obstacles. Trusting divine timing changes how you respond to challenges. Instead of panicking when plans shift or something takes longer than expected, you stay anchored in the belief that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This mindset creates peace, and peace sharpens your intuition. When your mind is calm, you begin to see what you once overlooked. You notice new opportunities that appear unexpectedly. You recognize when something no longer serves your direction. You understand that a closed door can be a blessing because it prevents you from stepping into situations that would have brought confusion rather than clarity. Divine timing ensures you receive what you are prepared for, not what you are impatient for. The more you trust this, the easier it becomes to move through life with confidence. There are moments when divine timing reveals itself only in hindsight. You look back and realize that if something had happened earlier, you would not have been ready for it. You might have mishandled the opportunity or lacked the wisdom to sustain it. Timing shapes your resilience. It strengthens your character. It deepens your understanding. There is growth occurring within you during seasons of waiting that cannot be rushed. Waiting teaches patience, but it also teaches trust. Trust that the path is unfolding. Trust that your efforts are meaningful, and trust that what is meant for you cannot be taken from you. Divine timing does not require you to work harder. It requires you to believe more deeply. The sixth keynote reveals another profound truth. Your success becomes guaranteed because life mirrors your strongest inner conviction. This means that whatever belief holds the most weight within you becomes the foundation of your reality. If you are filled with uncertainty, then uncertainty appears in your circumstances. If your mind is divided between faith and fear, your path becomes filled with mixed results. But when your conviction is rooted in certainty, the universe aligns with that certainty. Conviction is not loud or forceful, it is quiet, steady, and unwavering. It is the inner voice that says, I am guided, I am capable, and I am moving toward what is meant for me. When this voice becomes stronger than doubt, then success becomes a natural consequence of your inner state. Your strongest inner truth acts like a compass that directs your decisions, responses, and expectations. When you believe deeply that you are meant to succeed, you begin making choices that support success. You seek knowledge instead of excuses. You take opportunities instead of hesitating. You trust your intuition instead of second-guessing every step. Conviction strengthens your actions because it removes the uncertainty that once slowed you down. When you expect good things to happen, your mind stays open to recognizing them. You see possibilities in places where others see limitations. You gravitate towards solutions instead of being overwhelmed by problems. This shift in perception shapes the flow of your life. Success does not begin with circumstances, it begins with conviction. Circumstances may change, resources may shift, and plans may evolve, but inner conviction remains steady. It anchors you, it creates consistency. Many people struggle not because they lack ability, but because their conviction wavers. One day they believe fully, and in the next moment doubt takes over. This inconsistency creates interruptions in their progress, but when conviction becomes a stable inner truth, you move steadily toward your goals regardless of temporary setbacks. Life responds to this steadiness by revealing pathways that once seemed impossible. There is a moment in every transformation when the outer world begins reflecting the inner shift. People treat you differently because your energy has changed. Opportunities appear because your mindset has risen. Obstacles dissolve because your vibration no longer matches them. Conviction creates a field around you that attracts everything aligned with your purpose. This is why success becomes guaranteed. It is not because luck suddenly favors you. It is because you have become someone whose inner truth aligns so strongly with success that anything contradictory falls away. Your life becomes a reflection of the belief you hold most firmly within yourself. When divine timing and inner conviction work together, they create a powerful flow. Divine timing ensures that everything arrives at the perfect moment, while conviction ensures you are prepared to receive it. One gives you clarity, the other gives you strength. One aligns circumstances, the other aligns your spirit. When you trust timing and stand firm in conviction, you stop chasing what is already yours. You begin attracting it. You begin recognizing it. You begin walking confidently toward it. Your journey becomes guided, your heart becomes steady, and your success becomes a natural unfolding of the alignment you created within yourself.